Hi, today we're going to delve into one of history's most peculiar conquests, the conquest of Babylon, without war, without bloodshed, but with a flawless plan. If you enjoy these types of videos, be sure to like, subscribe to the channel, and leave your comments for me.
Winter 539 BCE.
Babylon, the beating heart of the ancient world, glittered in gold and glory. But behind the marble walls, rot had taken root. The king, Nabonidus, wasn't a ruler. He was a religious fanatic. Obsessed with the moon god Sin, he abandoned Marduk, the chief deity of Babylon. He destroyed ancient temples, not out of malice, but to dig up old inscriptions, hoping to earn favor with his chosen god through a bizarre obsession with clay tablets. While the people starved, the treasury was poured into building temples, not for the gods of the people, but for a foreign deity. He believed an army of gods and priests stood behind him, but when the storm came, his gods were silent. And that storm had a name, Cyrus, rising in the east, with wisdom and a sword.
The sound of hooves at Opis.
On the northern plains of the Tigris, two armies faced off. Nabonidus' forces, a patchwork of Arab mercenaries and Mesopotamian troops, lined up against the iron wall of Cyrus's seasoned warriors. Nabonidus, recently returned from worship in the desert city of Timur, stayed behind in Babylon. His son Belshazzar led the army at Opis. But Babylon's troops were no match for the battle-hardened Persian army. The assault was led by Gobryas, a Babylonian-born commander who had defected to Cyrus. He unleashed a rapid cavalry maneuver. Waves of Median, Persian, and Parthian horsemen broke through the Babylonian ranks. While infantry forces of spearmen and archers carved open the path, the Battle of Opis was over in a single day. Thousands lay dead. Belshazzar, wounded and disgraced, retreated toward Babylon.
The forgotten wall, the last barrier.
North of Babylon stood a massive structure from the time of Nebuchadnezzar, the Median Wall, meant to stop invasions from the north. But years of neglect had turned it into a crumbling relic. Cyrus's spies had been studying its weak points for months. Dissidents among the locals quietly pointed out secret paths. One by one, the cities between Opis and Babylon, Zippar, Barippa, Kasitu, surrendered without a fight.
The fall of Babylon.
Babylon's defenses were legendary. Towering walls surrounded the city, and the mighty Euphrates flowed right through it, its gates and rivers acting as a natural fortress. But Cyrus turned strength into weakness. His first move, psychological warfare. Messengers reached out in secret to Babylon's disillusioned elite, especially the high priests of Marduk. Step 2. Engineering genius. Persian engineers dug canals to divert the Euphrates north of the city. As the riverbed dried, Persian troops moved silently through the river channel, slipping under the city's massive defenses. No fire, no siege, just planning, patience, and the will of a people ready for change.
A bow to Marduk, the beginning of a new rule.
Cyrus didn't enter as a conqueror. He entered as a restorer. Wearing a long robe and golden crown, he went straight to the Esagila temple and kneeled before the statue of Marduk, Babylon's god. In his famous clay cylinder, he wrote, "I am Cyrus, chosen by Marduk to restore Babylon. I returned the gods whom Nabonidus had brought to Babylon, to their rightful shrines. I set the people free from oppression." Cyrus entered Babylon, not for revenge, not to burn or destroy, but to liberate. And that is what made him not just a conqueror, but a true king. If you enjoyed this historic deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories from the ancient world.